The last week of the regular season was a good one for Houston County schools, but just 3 teams move on to the playoffs. All the round 1 matchups plus a look at some big in-state college games coming up right now in your 5-star automotive sports report. I'm McKenna Knight. Well, it took 10 weeks to do it, but finally, in the last week of the regular season, all 5 teams able to bring home a win in the same week. Northside started the trend Thursday with a win over Hardaway to clinch their second consecutive 10-0 season. Veterans doubled their win record from last year with 4 after a 21-12 victory over Rutland Friday night. Warner Robins dominating Lee County 56-14. They take the number 2 seed in the playoffs, Houston County, with their second win of the season as they beat Northside Columbus 10-7. The big game going on in AAA was Perry on the road at Westside. The Panthers upsetting the home team 40-36 to clinch the number 4 seed in the state playoffs. Perry makes their way back to the postseason for the second year in a row. And in GISA Westfield with the win over Sherwood Christian, the Hornets finished second in the region with an 8-1 record. Well, the Demons have certainly turned things around from last season after not only making the playoffs in 2011, but finishing in the top 2 to secure home field advantage, something Coach Way says they have been working at since last December.
I mean, it'd be nice for everybody involved. It'd be nice for our fans to not have to travel first round of the playoffs. It'd be nice for everybody. But I think it's more of a validation for the work that those guys put forth since last December, and they're now trying to, or they are, seeing some of the fruits of their labor, so to speak. We've been that way all year. We focused on the next game, and that's the most important one on the schedule. So, hopefully we'll come out and play well.
And speaking of playoffs, round 1 gets underway this Friday night. In AAA, the Panthers travel to number 1 Cairo for a 7:30 kickoff. Northside, the number 1 seed, will host Glenn Academy, who is 8-2 this season. The Eagles out for revenge after an early exit last year. And then on Saturday, Warner Robins, the number 2 seed, hosts number 3 Lakeside Evans at the MAC. Kickoff for that one scheduled for 7 o'clock. And in our GISA matchup, Westfield matches up with John Millage at home as they look to get back to the championship game. The Hornets are the number 2 seed. Well, for the first time ever, both Georgia and Georgia Tech are playing for titles. Both with huge games this week can all but assure themselves a ticket to their respective conference championship with the win on Thursday for Georgia Tech, Saturday for the Bulldogs. Georgia and the Jackets have never played for conference championships in the same season since the SEC and ACC split off in 2 divisions, nor have they ever won conference titles in the same season. Georgia holds a half-game lead over South Carolina in the SEC East. They'll host Auburn on Saturday in Athens. If the Dogs win, they need to only beat Kentucky at home the following week to clinch the East. For Georgia Tech, the Jackets are down by half a game and will host the number 10 Hokies on Thursday night. Georgia Tech's only other remaining ACC game is at Duke. In no year have the 2 schools won a football conference championship in the same season. And that was your 5-star automotive sports report. Be sure to join us tomorrow night for more local sports coverage. I'm McKenna Knight. Have a great evening.